I've been in Texas a while, so I consider myself a Texan now. So I was introduced to the Dignity family in 2015. And I gotta tell you, when I finally became a part of this network of funeral homes, I realized this was where I needed to be all along. Our core values align, and we believe in truly helping families and giving them those things that they need to get through a very difficult time.
I actually started at a mom and pop type establishment, and where I end up having to do everything, make removals, go out on services. I was the janitor at those establishments and things of that nature. And it taught me to appreciate being in the corporate environment.
Over the past 16 years, I've held many positions. For the last 2, I have more centered focus on community and on families. I've worked for family-owned firms in California and in Texas, and so therefore it has not always been with dignity. No. The dignity difference, or the difference between a family-owned and a firm such as Laurel or Singing Hills, is really just the resources. Sometimes there's more resources than others, and it's only because of the structure. And that is the really big difference, is structure.
Considering again that the Dignity Network, we have so many things that our providers, our colleagues don't necessarily provide. Being able to have Compassion Helpline, where we are able to give our customers grief resources for a year and a month. So technically 13 months. And even those people who attend the service, they're able to have 3 months of grief counseling. I can tell you our competitors are not providing that resource. We have a travel concierge that can book any component of travel for anyone needing to come to a service. I can tell you that our competitor is not doing that. We have so many provider benefits that make us stand out that our competitor is not doing. We have family cost protection, so if a person takes out a prearrangement with one of our locations, if they have a child or grandchild under the age of 21 and not married, if they should unfortunately pass away, as long as that pre-need is in good standing and the owner of the policy was at least 69 years old at the time that they took it out. If an unfortunate event happened and one of them passed away, we would provide that same service for their grandchild or child at the same cost, free of charge to them. It would be identical to the owner's policy.
For me, I would say the level of organization, the level of care that they have for us as employees. They don't just focus on the families, but they focus on us having a work-life balance and just being able to serve the families well by taking care of us.
I've been with the Dignity for 10 years. My official title here is Family Service Counselor. So we are associates that take care of families on the worst day of their lives. We help them with the paperwork, and very important, we help them place their loved ones in the ground, whether they've already prearranged or if this is their first time, purchasing spaces for their loved ones.
Well, we have a unique structure. We have several businesses under one umbrella. Laurel Funeral Home, Singing Hills Funeral Home, as well as Little Bethel Memorial Park and Laurel Memorial Park. With having these 4 organizations under one umbrella, we are geographically able to serve so many people. It gives us the opportunity to represent ourselves even on a far scale, because just beyond our community, someone knows someone that we've cared for. And a lot of our business coming through is referral from people who have had an experience with us. The one thing that we are proud of is our Google ratings, because people have shown us how their experience went with us and what people can expect when they come into this facility and any of our other organizations, that they know that this is a brand that's representative of high-level service, respect, integrity, and most of all, enduring relationships.
Man, my official title here is I am the janitor. No, I'm just playing. I am a family service counselor here at Laurel and Dallas. The one thing I like about this location here is the community that I serve. You know, those are the ones we're gonna make a lasting impact on, because when they come back to this park, they're not gonna look for my coworkers. They're gonna look for me. I'm the one served them. I'm the one helped them at their lowest point. You know, at the time where, whether it was their first time going through it or if their fifth time going through it, whether it's the time where I laid the husband to rest, whether they've been married for 65, 70 years, then the wife passes away. Those kids come back to me. Those children, those family members come back to me. So what I love is, man, just this community that I have the opportunity and been blessed and be called to serve.
Serving a family is basically, you can come in wanting the red carpet, you're gonna get the red carpet. Or you can come in wanting simplicity, you're still gonna get the simplest things, but still at a red carpet experience. The most rewarding piece for me is when a family is able to thank me for being there for them. You hear so many stories of, well, we went to this funeral home the last time we had this happen and this happened, but then for them to tell you thank you, you made it different, or you made it better, or that's the most rewarding for me.
The most rewarding part of my, I feel, is to have a family to embrace me after the services and to advise me that I gave them everything that they wanted. That to me is gratification that allows me to be able to sleep at night. To know that I have fully given my all to that client family to ensure that their wishes, their expectations, all of their wishes for their loved one was met. And so that's what I thrive to do. To me, I just don't look at this as a profession. I look at this as a ministry. Because I have a passion for serving and helping families during difficult times.
Seeing the family come in the office, knowing that they have lost a loved one, and then at the very end, they're walking out with a smile, knowing that they have conquered the first step in making the grief process better.
Being there for the families, showing them the compassion, because I've been there, and it feels good to be there for them at the time of need.
What's rewarding to me? Just a simple thank you, or that smile, or that hug, because everyone grieves different. So at that time, you know, some people come in, they're sad, they're mad, they're angry. We have to deal with all the above, but that end result, knowing that we met their expectations, that's a reward within itself, to know like we aced it, like we got exactly what they were asking for met, like we met our goals. So that's rewarding to me.
When you get done and that family stands up and they give you a hug and say thank you. They say thank you. And then a few months later or a few days later, they come back and say, you know what, we want to take care of our portion. Because guess what? They didn't have to come back. We got 5.9 different funeral homes all around us, you know, but because the way we served, they came back.
The most fulfilling part, I would say, is being able to service the families and making sure that their final wishes for their loved ones are executed by our team, and just knowing that in that process we become part of their family for some of them. So that's the greatest gratification that you can get being in this field or this line of work, is them feeling pleased and feeling like they've gotten the closure that they need to move forward with the healing and the grief process.
Most proud about just seeing them shine. We don't always, as admin, get the recognition for the little, for what we do, but when they step forward and they're able to shine and that family is happy, that makes me feel amazing.
When it comes to first responders, we have a liaison that we work with who believes heavily in us and our ability to serve. Their network of brothers and sisters who they have a very tight network of love, and they want to be cared for in the way that the community believes that they is deserving of them. When you think about the sacrifices that they make on a daily, you want their families to be cared for in a way that they know that they're in the right hands and that these are the right people to take care of them and walk them through this journey. And I believe here at Laurel and Singing Hills, where we do care a great deal for our public servants, whether it's fire department, police department, and even their families. They've entrusted us with a very sacred task that we don't take lightly. And the moment we get that call, we all, as a team, get engaged in how we are going to serve this family to the highest level. It makes me proud that we are at their initial call when they've experienced a loss.
I have to be honest and say I believe there is a difference. And the reason why I believe that there is a difference between Laurel Funeral Home Dallas and Dignity Memorial is because you have so many people here that really care. And the camaraderie here at Laurel shows a difference versus just the Dignity way, if that makes sense.
I would say the attention to detail, executing excellence, and top service for our families and the community at large. We're not just available the day of the service or leading into it, but we have resources afterwards. They're able to call and get grief counseling that's necessary. We offer bereavement travel for those that may be traveling from out of town and discounted hotel rates. So just looking out for the family, not just those handling the service, but even extended family members.
I think we're more loving. I think it's not, at the end of the day, it is a business, but it starts with us as a family first type situation and it ends that way. Outside of the business aspect, we put the families first and we make them feel like they're a part of walking into a family situation.
They like our professionalism, the way they're greeted at the door, the follow-up calls that we do make, and just little things like that. It's not something that can't be done anywhere else.
Definitely service excellence. Service excellence, providing the top quality service of a premier firm, making sure that that family knows that they're the only family being served at that time. Even though this is a large operation, and we see multiple families, but each family gets that same quality service.
The one thing I could say that they could truly hang their hat on is once they make that call, that they've made their call to a company that cares deeply about not only their loved one who's passed away, but the ongoing enduring relationship that we will create with them throughout this journey. We don't just leave you and bid you farewell at the cemetery. We have an ongoing relationship. And then as they continue to have losses, we continue to build on that relationship. The support that they'll have, not only with our Compassion Helpline, but even with needing support through managing through affairs after a loved one has passed away. There's the service side and then there's the business side. And each side needs support. And we are the professionals who can handle that and take care of that. We'd like to say it's something that we do every day, but we do it uniquely with each family. So no one's the same.
Here, of course, we are very sensitive to the needs of families. We know that being a part of this is difficult, and sometimes it does become, very difficult for families to deal with. But the thing of the matter is, coming here to Laurel and receiving the Laurel experience is top-notch service here. We are separated from our peers and our competitors. We offer red carpet service, signature service here, professionalism. Everything is done to the utmost and with dignity. And so that is what coming to Laurel is all about. Here, people's choice, they have a choice in where they want to go. And, coming to Laurel is giving them the opportunity to receive white glove carpet service, red carpet service.
It's been a great experience working for Laurel, working for Singing Hills, many other locations, but the biggest thing is making sure that people are satisfied, building trust in people, and building trust in the community. And that has been the main focus from day one. So it's been a great experience knowing that individuals have come because their families have come to the funeral home, and then we can still give them the same level of care.
It's working for the company for since 2019. It's just been a great experience for me.
But there's no place like Laurel, Dallas.
So if something were to happen to one of your loved ones, what would the recommendation be?
Oh, it'd be us. It'd be us. Not because I just work here, because my parents, they have, not because I work here, because I know what we do and I stand on what we do. I tell people all the time, yeah, we're up there in price, but if you want a Lexus, you're gonna go to a Lexus dealership. If you want the Sewell Cadillac treatment, you're gonna go to Sewell Cadillac. So if you want the Laurel Dallas treatment, you're gonna come to Laurel Dallas. Because I stand on what we believe in, I stand on what we do. And I'll put that against anybody in this neighborhood, in this city. I put that on everything.
So if you had to sum up the Laurel Funeral Home experience into one word, what would that one word be?
Just one? Just one word? Impeccable.